borrow this guy real quick. I know this is a revisit, but get a battery in this guy. I'm going to guarantee negative. Where's that go? Positive. All right. Now, there is no way in heck this thing is starting on its own power. So, give her some liquid encouragement. Starting fluid with upper cylinder lubricant. Might as well just start. And looking down here, a little bit of fuel in there. Shoot. Well, there's no fuel in there, so that's going to be difficult. This is a 1969 Datsun, and we're about to cold start this thing. We got down to like -8 last night. We do have a warm breeze coming in, but this thing is still cold as ice and bad. So this thing, honestly, I've got this L16 here, which is a good motor in its own right, but I'm feeling we're going more towards diesel Datsun. Other changes I'd like to make, I've done some things to hopefully make this thing start a bit easier. We got new spark plug wires. Look, in kgs. We got a Bosch coil here to replace the stock one. And that's just because I had an extra one with that guy right there. So, no, I did it purposefully. We're gonna choke. Yeah, it's the choke. We'll choke it down when we get inside. Man, diesel Datsun. And if you're doing small diesel transitions, I think the right way to go is an OM616 from Mercedes. Let me get inside. It's cold as ice. Colder than ice. Jeez. Oh man, seat's a bit uncomfortable. All right. This bees our choke. All right. We are in neutral. My topper key should do the trick. No freaking way. That's very low. More choke. We gotta get the choke just right. No choke? Wow. This thing hasn't started or ran in, oh geez, it's been at least 6 or 9 months. All right, now we got fuel up in the top. Freaking Datsuns, it's like cheating. Can't believe this tire already went flat. Maybe she's asking for a little bit less choke. More. Come on, warm her up. Too much? Makes no difference. There we go. She's running rich and I can smell it. Well, let's see here. Oh no. Well, apparently we need to run rich. But were people smaller in 1969? Now I'm a big guy, but as you see here, I really got to push myself back to get around the steering wheel. And as far as using the clutch, give me some rip'ems. Just floor it. My brakes still work? Yep. Good. Last time I was here, I spent some time bleeding the brakes. It had no brakes for a good while, but now look at that. Ooh. Smell is questionable. No choke. Good way to kill her. Yeah, were people smaller in 1969? This is the standard seat, and as you can see, so we're in gear here. Good common 4-speed. Is that oil lights on, ignition lights on? Why is there an ignition light? To tell you that it's not running? I don't know. Lights work? Probably not. Wiper. Oh, that's the blower. Sounds like we're blowing nothing. There's the wiper. Nothing. Flasher. Turn signal. Nothing. Alright, vehicle needs one of everything. So, were people smaller back then? Because look at this steering wheel. I do not fit in here. My head is touching the roof. Not powerful enough to move on its own power. It's a bit, but I got this windshield in off of that parts Datsun, and look at how cool that is. As well as this cool light, which doesn't work, but cool light. Yeah, this thing is pretty cool, and I think I would highly enjoy this thing. Yeah, no need to get all fancy custom with the installation, because look at that. But yeah, I am a bit cramped in here, as you can see. I mean, the Japanese are smaller people, so... Oh man. Yeah, that seat's all the way back. Comes off for brake parts. We tried to move her. I think Rusty wants to go for a car ride, and he will. But look at this. Beautiful. Alright, ever start value. Worth the money. Worth the money. Diesel in this guy. So, I mean, granted, the OM616 diesels are, I mean, junk W123s and W115, or, no, I've got W115, those, I mean, and I can't even sell the body, or I can't even sell the thing, so a W115 is the earlier ones. You want to go with the newer ones. In 1977 or 6, I believe, they revised the head and gave it like 8 more horsepower, which when you're talking about 70 horsepower to begin with is pretty impressive. That's more than 10% gain. You feel that in the butt dial. But yeah, 96 horsepower. You got to wrap her up to 5,600 to get them. But man, this thing is going to be not highwayable at all. Because I think the OM616 red lines at like 4K, but it can run 4K all day long. I know for a fact. Alright, so the melting situation has not gotten better. The odometer, if I reset the trip, I can make it go ahead miles, but no, it doesn't matter. We got a whole new motor for this. This is a segue to another project. Whole new motor going in this. This is a 75, so it has the 616 dot something something with 64 horsepower. But I've got a motor out of a 79 with only 130,000 miles on it. Only. And it runs a lot better. It doesn't leak any fluids. It has no blow-by. And in 75, they updated the motor, different head design. That head has like 72 horsepower, I think. And what's that, like a 12% increase? I noticed that in the butt dyno. But yeah, so long as we get home another 20 some miles, I'll be happy. We are about done for. This motor's shakety. And the higher than normal idle is concerning. Wonder if this thing's gonna shut off. Put it in dry. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we got a low cylinder or two. Gotta park it way too close to my thing here, because this thing goes only in the dirt right here. Because we're leaking oil all over the place. Well, let's see here. Huh? Does shut off, that's good. So sure can, but how cool would that be? And it's gonna be a tight fit. Radiator's gonna, there's a lot to do if we go that route. The 616 is definitely a bigger, much heavier motor. But hey, that's where we're at. Exhaust is on the other side. I mean, all this is doable, repairable. So which one? One of these is getting a diesel. And I think it would be easier to put it in this guy, because there's a lot more space there with the long nose as opposed to this guy. Oof. But 96 horsepower, which actually doesn't seem like a bad horsepower rating. I mean, the Volvo over there has got 120, and that's 20 years newer. Yeah, 20 years newer. So what do you guys want to see? Yank this entire motor out, and I'm sure in the Datsun community there are some people that really want to see this motor run again. Certainly somebody needs a rotor. It's not going to scrap if I pull it out. We'll start with that. But of course somebody's got to come and get it. That's the thing. I get a number of classic rigs, and I was like, that's a cool thing. You know what I would do with that if I were you? I was like, well, you don't have to imagine and think and know. I will sell it to you. I would sell this to somebody. You don't got to tell me what I can and can't do with it, or what you think is right or wrong. If you feel that strongly on what should be done with a 1969 Datsun, come to Montana, I'll sell it to you. You can do whatever, make your own YouTube channel about it. Who knows? The options are endless here. Rough, it's getting better though. I didn't even check the oil, I know it's got oil. But, why guess? Just, why imagine? Don't let your dreams be dreams. Buy my Datsun, buy my Parts Volvo, buy the Ford Explorer. So, buy the other Datsun, buy the other Volvo, buy the Buick Roadmaster, buy the Toyota van. You don't need to tell me what's what. You got a dream? Do it. Anywho, but I will still leave this up to consensus. What do you guys want to see? Pulling this motor out, trying to find a new home for it. Like I said, I would love to not scrap it, but there's enough enthusiasts out there that hopefully somebody would buy it. It's obviously we can't ship this other than freight, so I mean you have to come up here is the thing. But you can have that and then do what you want. And then I put an OM 616 in here out of a 79 Mercedes. It had roughly the same horsepower, probably double the torque, reliability through the roof compared to this thing. These aren't bad, but that's definitely a much more reliable motor. So that's going to involve a lot of fabrication and cutting and a whole bunch of stuff. So you want to see me make this thing run like it should and actually run and drive, or you want to see a Mercedes diesel in a Datsun? Tell me your thoughts. Well, some more on this, because that is not black smoke, that is straight up oil coming out of that tailpipe. So she's going to be an oil burner if I can ever get her up to RPM. Who knows? Have we got enough compression for that? Hard to say.